Today I have the keys to the all-new Mercedes E-Class as the AMG version, the Mercedes-AMG 53 here as the sedan and as the estate, the base spec and the even more sinister spec here with the optional night package, even the night package 2. All the details you need to know about the performance and also 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder or 8-cylinder. We're going to find out here with Thomas Nautico in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go. Here in the front of the sedan in Opalit White Magno. So it's a matte paint you can very well pet. I always love that petting sound of matte paint. It always also has the advantage when it's raining, then it kind of cleans itself. Then again, if you get small scratches, you can't really polish it. That's the disadvantage. Then here, the front grille, you can see here, standard in illumination. It's available for the E-Class in general, standard then here for the AMG model. Vertical fins, really strong styling. And you have two night packages. In the first one, the lower part here is in all black. In the second one, you also have these dark chrome elements. You basically have a chrome delete. That's how Tesla is calling it. And then you have these dark chrome also here around the grille, for example. Headlamps here with the digital light. It's the most elaborated light that Mercedes is offering at this moment. And when we take a look here in the front, this is also in the blacked out AMG logo on top of the hood. And we can see these power dome lines for the really strong accentuation on the front hood. Also, you can see already here wider wheel arches, also a wider track in general, both front and in the rear, to give you more performance on the road and also for a stronger sense. Wheels would start 19-inch, optional 20-inch. Soon you're going to see that with the estate model. And this is here the top wheel, 21-inch forged, also with the red brake calipers. The brakes are, of course, bigger as well for better performance. And you have the design element right here. It says turbo hybrid. What's that supposed to mean? We're going to find out very soon. Here we can also get carbon fiber for the side mirror caps and blacked out frames. This is here then the typical sedan set. And look at that really strong design line right there. 4.95 meters or 195 inches is the length. That's the same with the normal E-Class. If we come around the rear right there, first of all, I leave the light out that you can see the light signature, which is forming these Mercedes stars here in the rear. That looks really beautiful. Once again, in this night package 2, this top part here is also dark chromed out. And now I'll give you some light. Wait a minute. There we go. Then we can see the rear a little bit better. And here also in the lower part, we can see the round tips, but these are just the design tips. The real exhaust is on the inside, and that means a job for the autofuel fake exhaust police. Yeah, if we really look closer in there. And that the exhaust tips are also in the dark chrome. This is already with the AMG Night Package 1. So yeah, it's really hard to differentiate what comes with the Night Pack 1 and 2. So either scroll back or check the price list for half an hour. Turning indicator check in the front. Really wide and visible. Pretty cool, right? In the rear, well, maybe not as cool as in the front, isn't it? This is now very interesting. First of all, this is Alpine Grey. It's also one of my favorite colors. It just looks really cool, both on normal Mercedes models and also on the AMG performance models. And this is, so to speak, also then the base trim. Here, the vertical fins once again, but then we have chrome around the frame. So this is a somewhat like elegant, sporty look, whereas with the double night package, we have the all sinister look. And you can see that also in the lower part, we have the chrome accentuations. So which one do you like better? Are you more team chrome or team black? Tell me in the comments. Then towards the side profile, these here are the 20-inch wheels, so just one option step. I think already gives you a great look. You always think about when you go too big from the wheel, it also reduces the comfort. Talking about comfort, you get adaptive suspension as standard. And this one here is the estate, obviously, as you see, so the so-called T-Modell. Listen and repeat, T-Modell. That's how we call the Mercedes estates in German. And you still have a very sporty look, although it's then the Combi. Yeah, that's the estate, wagon, estate we say in UK, wagon in North America, Combi, that's the German word. By the way, what's also standard here for the rear axle is the rear axle steering. And up to a threshold of 100 kilometers an hour or 60 miles an hour, it turns in the opposite direction up to 2.5 degrees. That's not too much, yet at the same time when parking in and out it's helpful, and it also gives you more agility, especially at the lower speeds. Towards the rear, the Estate has the same tail lamps, but it's a little bit different here from the structure. Of course, the sedan looks more, let's say, typical AMG. But I mean, there has been AMG Estates also over the decades, and they also have their own fan group, definitely. E53 logo has this red background. And here in the lower part, we can see the exhaust tips have these chrome tips then. So unlike with the double night package where it's all blacked out. So whereas I am more team chrome and bright, Leah is always team dark and black styling and so on. Yeah, she definitely loves all the black and sinister elements and black wheels and stuff. So I see that might get expensive for me. Oh, she's going to drive away now? Prepare for information and a lot of performance figures coming up right now. There we go. This is the AMG engine, and also here additional rigidity measures here for the chassis rigidity. Already here, this dome strut in the front, more over the vehicle. This is then the centerpiece. And no, it's not a four-cylinder. Yeah, that's the most important aspect of this video already. Okay. Now we can continue. It's a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder, turbocharged, twin scroll, so not two turbos, but one, but twin scroll. And it is also a plug-in hybrid. So you also have electric power in the system, all-wheel drive, always with a rear-wheel bias. Now it gets really interesting. So from the combustion engine itself, 450 horsepower, together with the electric drive, 585 horsepower. And if you go for the AMG Dynamic Plus pack, then you get 612 horsepower in the race start or launch control peak. You actually need this Dynamic Plus pack for the launch control, and then you score some 3.8 seconds in the acceleration figure. It's 0.1 seconds slower with the Estate, and also a little bit slower if you don't have the launch control in this Dynamic Plus pack. Top speed is 250 kilometers an hour or 155 miles an hour. And then there's so-called AMG Drivers Pack that unlocks the top speed to 280 kilometers an hour, German Autobahn, or 175 miles per hour. But honestly, also for a performance car, 250 kilometers an hour is definitely more than enough. By the way, the pure electric driving from that plug-in hybrid drivetrain would be up to a speed of 140 kilometers an hour. And what about that battery? So with the C63, for example, or the GLC 63, and also the AMG GT 4-door plug-in hybrid concept, that was this performance plug-in hybrid concept. So really, really small battery, Formula One technology and so on, more as a buffer, as a performance buffer. To me, that didn't make too much sense, and it didn't have the full horsepower performance available at all times and so on. Here they go with a different strategy, more like a normal plug-in hybrid at Mercedes. So you have 21 kilowatt hours net battery. That is actually a significant size for a plug-in hybrid battery. So you can score maybe some realistic real-world range of pure electric, 80 kilometers, 50 miles an hour. So for example, you don't wake up your neighbors in the morning. Or maybe you want to wake up your neighbors in the morning. Well, at least you can start silent if you like. You can commute all electric in the city, then, floor it out on the motorway and stuff. And then 11 kilowatt AC charging and optional 60 kilowatt DC charging. And then you need 20 minutes, 10 to 80% state of charge. So yes, the concept here, I think, can make sense that you have a usable plug-in hybrid. Yeah, and then it's also the taxation thing. If you have this rather large plug-in hybrid battery, then you can maybe also hope for some taxation benefits. And now, super interesting, we will compare both interiors, a base interior and the base sport seats, to the, let's say, more screaming out interior with a super screen and the performance sport seats. We have the latter one here in the sedan. But which one to go for? Which one is better? First of all, door closing sound. I'll go through test. That's good. In the rear. Both really nice, love that. Then inside of the doors, it's the Artico high-grade leather red, also covering right here. Very good build quality, nice integration of the ambient lighting, of course different colors to pick. The seat control here does not give a feedback. Oh, that's the door exit warner. You can get this one here, microfiber on the side and carbon fiber on the top. I think I would go for this one. Also good grip and cool carbon fiber look. However, then once again, the hashtag capacitive BS on the steering wheel. And then the seats. These are the optional performance seats. They will also standard come with microfiber on the inside and Artico leather red on the outside. This is your optional animal skin spec. But in the comfort, what difference does it make actually? Oh, by the way, here in the very lower part is interesting. You can adjust that one here. You can make it a little bit shorter, like this, or a little bit longer, all electric. I know what you're thinking. Keep that to yourself, this thought. Then, let's get inside. So, and then here with 189, 6'2". There we go. And the panoramic roof is opened here with the slider. Yeah, to do that while driving, maybe not ideal, but here is a very wide opening. That's cool. And maybe we can close it again with a voice input or something. Close panoramic roof.
Okay, I'll close the sunroof.
There we go. So you can also use it like this. Yeah, this ambient lighting is always super spectacular. Blue, of course, Thomas Blue is my favorite. Hey, that's the one for Leah. Honestly, she was driving with the GLC recently and taking all the girls, and then they were going, you know, on the German Autobahn and having this light on with all the girls inside, and everyone was looking like, oh my God, look at these girls. They had a good time. So, but I would definitely go for this one. Which color would you pick in the interior? Tell me. So here for the cockpit or the interior overview. Yeah, I mean, this is something. And this is the optional super screen here. And it consists of, so left side 12.3-inch instruments, then middle 14.4 infotainment system in this one unit together with another 12.3-inch screen, passenger screen on that side. If that's really necessary, I don't know. You also have, by the way, special AMG here, performance or track pace. Then you can have some telemetry data and so on, engine. Also here the IWC clock, so that you don't have an analog one in there, so you have a digital analog one. Yeah, why not? Look at that. Here we can actually start the stopwatch then here on the inside. So why not? Yeah, as a passenger you can play around with that, but I'm soon going to show you the comparison if we do not go for the optional super screen here. Of course, you also have a lot of high gloss black, especially when everything is turned off. Let's see, open it, there we go. So, and then it's all black, this area here. And to me, that's not so beautiful. What do you think? But then the comparison is coming up very soon. What I really love is here the carbon fiber decal element for the middle console, so you don't have high gloss black there. And I heard that it's introduced now with AMG, but it will follow then also for the non-AMG models. Slide this one open. Cup holders are somewhat adaptive. You can also, yeah, the front one you can slide away. But these ones here do not hold bottles that are high or maybe, you know, like heavier bottles. They're more for paper coffee cups and so on. So yeah, not ideal, I would say. In the front, inductive charging pad, USB-C charging, and then this lovely Mercedes split opening with more USB-C charging underneath. And listen to that, click, clack. Where in these performance seats? So in the top part they're really slim. Here, strong bolstering, but overall I have to say it's really stiff, you know. So with the microfiber, it adapts a little bit better to the body. So if you go for the performance seats, pick the microfiber standard. I heard it should also be available in the US, North American market. We have to see if that's really true at a later stage. But it's a really stiff experience. Really? Yeah, we're soon going to compare that one then to the normal sport seats. By the way, the steering wheel here, shifting pedals. Nice clicking sound as well, and also electronically adjustable. And of course, important for an AMG model, you also have these gauges here directly on the steering wheel to pick the driving modes, and then you can also see them switching here in the infotainment system. So a problem with the infotainment is that the temperature control is always in the lower part here and you need 2 clicks. So that's a little bit complicated. Okay. What the heck? For real? About that. And then the rest of the menu here, they simplified a little bit, bigger icons. So that's then actually easy to pick. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto connection, of course available, also wireless. Pretty cool, however, when you switch the temperature, here you have this visualization, colder or warmer. Or is it too much for you? So when you use the key fob here or you slide, then these handles open and they are also illuminated. That's cool. Overall, I think it's always a little bit complicated because it happened to me also when I was, trying to open the vehicle like this. In that moment, it was locking itself, and then this happens. In most of the cases, it doesn't happen. It also doesn't hurt that much, but maybe it's also over-engineering. And then here, the second interior for today, the base interior, so to speak. And we also have a different color scheme. You can also pick between different ones. Steering wheel is in this case then not the performance steering wheel with the microfiber and the carbon, but the form itself is the same. Yeah, definitely here I would pick the microfiber and the carbon fiber. But what? Oh, look at that. Different decal element. This is here matte wood. And here more matte wood indeed. First of all, on the middle console. Like the matte paint on the outside, but even better here with the open cell atmosphere. See you in 5 minutes. I'm busy, sorry. And this is also the base setup here. You still get 14.4-inch screen on the middle part. Yes, you have these bezels in, but then you have a great decor element and not that passenger screen. And I think that looks so much better, doesn't it? Or am I the only one? Tell me in the comments. And you also have the illuminated AMG badge here. And when I give some shadow here, so in the dark, you can see that there's even something shining behind. And then we have the normal sports seats. So they are not that performance seats alike. You can also adjust the head restraint here in the top part. They are a little bit softer, definitely, also from the Einsitzhöhe. Listen and repeat. Einsitzhöhe, that's like the height of the bolster underneath the cover. And so much more comfortable in comparison. You really have to go for these ones. So best configuration to me would be base setup. Here also exterior, I would feel, interior as well. And you have the decor element here with a one screen only then in this case in the middle, not the passenger screen. Normal sport seats and then with microfiber on the inside. So it's more breathable in summertime, not as cold in wintertime. And it also gives you more comfort from the surface. And then the sport seats without the performance option. This, I think, would be, it would actually be the cheapest, but yet at the same time most comfortable choice. What do you think? Rear seating, first of all, here the high-grade leatherette covering at the top part of the doors, then a nice ambient lighting integration, not of high gloss black than here though, and also felt covering on the inside of the rear doors here, like that. And these are here the performance seats in the sedan. So not too much legroom left here, so they do cost some space, I feel. And then headroom here, sedan plus panoramic roof. They're still, I can put a hand over my head with 189 or 6'2". Decently comfortable, definitely, and very good, as for the build quality, I have to say. And here you can slide out these cup holders then. And last but not least, you have also this climate unit in the lower part. It's just one button for everything, but at least it's well visible. Big middle tunnel here, so sitting in the middle part is definitely somewhat limited. But how does it compare to the sport seats and also in the headroom to the Estate? Now here, there's normal sport seats in the front. They give indeed more legroom, so one more argument to leave it with the normal sport seats. Headroom here in the Estate, well, to the side here it's actually kind of the same, just that the panoramic roof is just a little bit wider. If you do not go for the panoramic roof, same sedan and Estate, then of course you have more legroom overall. So yeah, it's not much of a difference between the sedan and Estate, I feel. Even bigger difference than when you don't have the panoramic roof. But yeah, in the rear you get along. Once again, big metal tunnel. The middle seat is maybe for shorter trips. So is this one still suitable for luggage and so on? Here, electric hatch, also in the sedan. And you can see you do lose some height due to that plug-in hybrid drive system, but a suitcase is still fitting in the vertical way. So barely, but does work. And the length is notable at 113 meters or 44 inches. And the width here between the wheel arches is easily 1 meter or 40 inches, so well usable. More, of course, than with the Estate, but even here in the sedan, you can easily fold the seats from here. So we had 370 liters for the sedan, 460 liters for the Estate, of course, better usable. And the main difference is here the height. So at 67 centimeters or 26 inches, important for our doggo owners. The dimensions here are the same. You can see the step here a little bit more prominent, but the length, this includes the length, you know, it closes like here. And look at that, here this cover, trunk, here the suit also fits in the vertical way. And here, this is electric cover, so when I close it here, there we go, see, it automatically slides back. Here you cannot really see it because it's blacked out, but maybe once again when I open it, there we go, and then it automatically slides forward again, so that's a good mechanism. And of course you can fold the seats easily here as well. It's a very nice mechanism, and then you're even more flexible here in the Estate. Soon we're driving these fellows here, and meanwhile you can check out more E-Class content, for example also against the BMW 5 Series.